Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's Daryl here. It is not so bright and freaking early anymore. It's 6 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. As you can tell, I just walked in from my walk. I was not planning on doing this video, but it's just so bizarre and ironic how events of this morning and events of yesterday are kind of mirroring what I've been talking about in the last couple of videos. All right, let me fill you in. Originally, I was going to do a second video. I had this video. I had all my notes here. I wanted to talk about a positive, have like a positive video. I was going to talk about the little boy at the Cleveland Monsters hockey game that almost got hit by a hockey puck, and a guy dove in the way to deflect it. The puck from hitting a 4-year-old boy, and that's what I planned on doing the video. I was all excited. I was going to do a positive video. Not the case. Okay, so in the last few days, a couple of videos I've done, I've talked about how I seem to notice reoccurring violence with people that have registered handguns that end up shooting other people and claiming self-defense or road rage or whatever, and getting away with it, and people getting killed. And as I was making the video that I did this morning, and the couple of videos I did, this was just 6 a.m. while I was out on a walk yesterday morning. I'll have the link down below. This occurred right here, like a mile away from where I'm sitting, Bristol, Connecticut. There was a road rage incident, and it's being investigated right now. Okay, so it says there were two parties, two men, supposedly, two different vehicles, and there was an intense argument. Now, one man pulls a gun and shoots the other man. I believe it was just one. I'm not sure if it was two men in one car and the man with the pistol alone in the other car, or it was just one man and one man. But it sounds like it was just one man and one man. So one guy pulls out a gun, shoots the other guy. The other guy is in serious condition in the hospital. Like I said, the links will be down below, so you could read this all yourselves. This just happened yesterday morning at 6 a.m. This stuff was happening right in my backyard as I was talking about it in my video. Like I said, ironic. So here's the thing. The guy with the gun hasn't been arrested. So I'm guessing it was a claim. There's not a lot of information on this yet. So the guy with the gun that shot, not arrested. The other person in serious condition in the hospital, and there's no word if they were armed or if they posed a threat or what the deal was. And it's just, like I said, it's so ironic that I was just talking about situations like this, even in today's video. Okay, so even more happened, and I almost ran into trouble myself. I just got back from my walk, about an hour-long walk, 4 miles, and as soon as I walked out there's police everywhere, parked on the side of the road, patrolling. I easily saw at least 10 different police vehicles patrolling around this morning. Okay, so I'm coming back. I'm on the return part of my walk. This is just about 20 minutes ago, and I don't know if I'm being a jerk, if I'm being an a-hole or what, but, I like the alone time. I like to think when I'm out on my walk. I don't like to be bothered. That's the reason I go out so early. And it seems like this always happens, and it's not anybody's fault. It's just like the universe, where I'll be alone walking down the street, and this always happens where all of a sudden a car will back out of his driveway, and he's the only person in the car and I'm the only person on the street, and we just run into each other. We intersect, and I have to stand there, and then they're in the car and they're telling me to go, and I tell them to go, and they tell me to go, and we both get frustrated. And so I start to walk across, and they start to pull back, and then they hit this happens over and over, and it's bizarre. I call it Murphy's Law or whatever, but I swear to God, this happens more times than you could imagine. We're the only two people out on the street, me and another vehicle or whatever, usually another vehicle, me and a vehicle, and I'm walking, and we intersect paths, out of no one being on the streets. What does it take for the timing of that? The timing, and this happens over and over again, it seems to me. So this morning, I'm on my way back, and I see a car coming across the big parking lot towards an exit where I'm about ready to cross. And I'm like, here we go. I guarantee the timing is going to be perfect. So I'm going to have to, we're going to run into each other right at the exit, and he's going to, tell me to go. I'll tell him to go. We're going to do this damn dance. Sure enough, the car comes across the parking lot. It's a white SUV. I can't see who's driving it. You know, and I'm getting frustrated already. So to avoid the situation, as the car almost gets to the exit, I start walking towards the back of the car to walk around behind it. So this way I could just keep walking, let him go in front of me and go out and turn out, you know what I mean? You know, so I'm kind of circumventing this. But I'm looking annoyed. I'm sure I'm like, what the F, you know? And not with my hands, but I'm just like, you know, I'm probably looking ticked off, you know, because it happens over and over again. And it's not that it's this person's fault or anything, but this happens over and over. You know, call it fate or whatever. All right, so I'm about, I don't know, maybe 40 feet down the sidewalk, and I didn't hear the truck pull out, and he pulls up next to me, and he says he rolls down his window, and he actually says this. He says, "I noticed you give me the stink eye." He says, "I'm just wondering if you got a problem." He actually says this to me. He asked me, you know, why he noticed that I gave him the stink eye and asked it. If you've seen my videos before, you'll never hear me say, "Hey, you got a problem." You know, I hate this. In my years, I've learned that usually that's the talk of people that are trying to avoid a confrontation. You know, you either talk out a confrontation or you throw down and go at it. But, you know, I've learned you don't just stand there and go, "Oh, you got a problem," or "You got a problem." I don't got a problem. I can't stand that. And sure enough, this guy, you know, asked me if I have a problem. So I start laughing. And I said, "Dude," I said, "it's nothing to do with you." And I described the situation to him. I said, "This keeps happening more times than you could imagine, you know, where I'm walking down the street and all of a sudden a car will come out of a blind driveway." And I said, "What are the chances that the only two people out at this hour are running, you know, directly into each other?" You know, it's so ironic, you know, so I'm kind of laughing. And he relaxes, you know, because I'm laughing, you know, I'm laughing. But inside, you know, and this is where I'm probably being a jerk. You know, I'm not going to let this go, because inside in the back of my head, I'm kind of ticked off that this guy's challenging me, you know, that this guy's pulling up and starting crap with me. So instead of just, well, you know, laughing and saying, "Have a good day," I say, I go like this. I say, "So what were you going to do? Were you going to actually kick my ass because I gave you didn't like the look I had on my face?" And I say that, and he's caught off guard by that. And he kind of laughs. And he goes, no, man, I was just trying to clear the air, man. No problem at all." So he kind of backs down because he got, you know, I was laughing at first and it kind of threw him off balance when you know, because it was bothering me. It was in the back of my head that he pulled up and started this. Right at this moment, a cop car pulls up and slows down and asks, he says, "Is there any problem here, fellas?" You know, I didn't even know this cop. Like I said, there were so many cops out because of the shooting from yesterday. Like I said, there were cops everywhere, and I didn't even see this cop. I don't know where he was. I don't know where he came from, but obviously he saw the interaction between me and this other guy. I don't know if it's a freaking full moon or what, but in one of my videos, I think it was yesterday or just this morning, I said, you know, it scares me. You know, and I thought about myself saying, it scares me, you know, these guns and these incidents happening. And as I said that, I was wondering if people will call me out on that, you know, because I'm Caucasian or Native American, you know, but why should you be scared kind of thing, you know, because it happened, the video this morning, I was talking about a black lady, you know, and I was kind of pondering that, you know, do I really have something to be scared of? You know, when I said that, because I felt like I do. And this morning kind of proves it, you know, because God knows what this guy was carrying. He felt awful, you know, at first he felt awful brave pulling up to me and asking me why I gave him the stink eye, you know. So anyway, who knows where it would have gone if this cop didn't pull up, you know, I don't know. Things can just pop off out of nowhere sometimes. And bottom line is, I really know I should have just walked away. I shouldn't have gone that little extra step and asked him if he was planning on kicking my ass, you know, because I knew I was antagonizing him, you know. And in the back of my head, I'm really, you know, 58 years old. I'm getting a little too old to keep doing that, you know, because sooner or later, you know, it's happened before. You know, things are pop off, and you never know what the other person's carrying. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you. I'm going to do the video about the boy being saved by another hockey fan, saved from getting smacked by a puck And that'll be the next video coming up. You guys have a good Wednesday.